Hello and welcome back to the second part of yet another Zombie Survivors. Today we're going to be doing the second level. I have adjusted the audio as I said in the previous video. Comments, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just start pouring in points. Nice. Okay, so we want some movement speed. Very good. We'll do some health. I'm just going to throw them in here. It's not like it's a... Okay, perfect. Alright, swap. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our pistol. We're just going to max out everything as... There we go. Tank. Go with that first. Alright, let's see. So we have some enhancements here. So, fire and ice, and we'll do an additional rolling. Let's see, that costs a couple points. Don't want to really do that, so we'll throw it into his toughness. Engineer. We'll just throw some points in as we see. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're all done here. Let's go back. Don't want to return points. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. Today I said we're going to go ahead and showcase the Huntress, so as we are doing that, we'll go ahead and start with her. She does have a couple synergies here with the Engineer for the Frost Arrows drop. Apparently that synergizes with the Electrocution, so we'll start with Huntress. We'll do the Wasteland default, we'll do difficulty 1, and we'll go from there. Alright, as the Huntress, aka Lara Croft. She's already putting in the work. So she gets a lot better later on in the stages, especially when she gets her multi-shot. But we'll go ahead and we'll start with the Arrow Rain. Kind of gives us that little AoE attack. So that's always good. Just sit here, we'll take out these guys. Won't let them flank us. Try and stay in the opening while we're collecting. Alright, we'll upgrade our bow. Okay, spiders. You see the arrow range just kind of comes down periodically. And that, I would say roughly about a 5-meter radius or so. We'll go with this military training. And we'll hit another bow. So it should show us whenever we're going to go for another character, what she's going to synergize with the most. Especially when that SOS comes. It'll give us a little option there. Alright, we're getting locked up here in this corner, so we're going to try and move our way out. And we'll do another bow. We'll try and get this upgraded as fast as possible. Okay, that's going to be a big worm. A big phallic looking worm. But it's okay. No judgment. Complete judgment. Alright, here's our first SOS. So our first teammate. Let's see. It did say she synergized with the Engineer, so we'll go ahead and go with the Engineer. Going to get her multi-shot. Uh-oh. Rock in a hard place. Okay. Kind of caught me off guard there, but that's okay. Alright, we'll continue to just zap and shoot and zap and shoot. Move our way around. Let's go ahead and hit up this cache. And I feel like I'm in a really bad place at the moment, but it's okay. Let's re-roll this. Since we're going to go ahead and do some... We'll go ahead and try and showcase a little bit of the elemental side. So our damage has gone up just a little bit with that. We'll hit our multi-shot. And we'll just kind of move our way around. See how I mentioned earlier yesterday how being stuck in a corner is not a good thing. It's really hard to get out sometimes. Alright, we got our big guy coming. Let's see, we'll throw in the electrocution. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and try and get out of here. We're going to take some damage, but we'll make our way over to that health kit. Alright, we'll pick up this military training and try and get that started. And we'll finish off our multi-shot. So she's going to shoot quite a bit more as far as her shots go. So she's going to have more shots, which are going to take out more guys. Alright, we got that health kit. And hopefully we're going to be able to go with, let's see, we'll go with arrow rain. Kind of widen that up. Okay. Don't let that hit us. Alright, we'll go with this military training. And there's this health kit right here, so that's good. Looks like one more military training, we should be able to get a small upgrade. We'll go with the super speed, help us maneuver around just a bit more. And we'll make our way to this military training. Alright, let's see, legendary. Ability, okay, so critical chance. She's going to be really good with critical damage. So we'll go ahead and give it to her. And then we will move to another electrocution. See about upgrading that. Alright, so we got an SOS signal up here. Let's try and get this other character. So we have the tank and we have Ghost. I have not done Ghost, but he does have some electric moves. I'm not sure if they start off right off the bat, but let's see. We're going to go with the Pulsar. So he's going to benefit from that little magic hat we have. Seems like it's not a great place to be at the moment, but we'll try and get our way out of here. Alright, we can come back for that chest. It's okay. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and give us a little more survivability. We'll go with that energy shield. Alright, looks like we have a mummy. A lot of mummies. Hopefully he cleared us out a little path, which he did. Very good. We need that damage as fast as possible. We're kind of falling off a bit, so we'll go with Pulsar again. And we'll just continue to move through the crowds. Since we're in the desert, I don't really think these guys have names. Not like last video, but you never know. Alright, we got that military training. We had a little volley of arrows go off. Alright, we're gonna try and get out of here as fast as possible. Alright, we'll upgrade our katana, and then we'll make our way for this that magnet there. So as I said earlier, it really ramps up in the later stages. We mentioned that yesterday, so perfect. Alright, we'll go with that. We'll upgrade our taser. Do another taser upgrade. Upgrade the pulsar. Upgrade the katana. Alright, so we should be sitting kind of pretty right now. Hopefully they're not going to give us too much trouble. But we are very low on health at the moment. So I will be seeking out those health kits down here. Alright, perfect. Let's just make our way away from that guy. Don't want to mess with him quite yet. See about getting a few more upgrades. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. Kinetic, slashing, explosive, magnets. We'll do the pickup here. And once we hit a few more levels in it, we can we'll move we'll move away from it. We're not really stuck in that choice, so that's a good thing. Alright. Let's see. Max health. We'll go ahead and go with critical chance to our Huntress again. So she should be sitting about 35 or so %. So that won't be too terrible. Okay, that dude was nowhere near me. Alright, we got another SOS here. We'll head over, we'll get this SOS. Alright, we'll go with the Katana Slash. And we'll do one more to Energy Shield. Alright, things are starting to ramp up again. But we don't have to get into too terribly close to some things, so that's good. What we're going to do is try and get our health up. If we do get a ability that allows us to get a little more health, that will be quite helpful. But in the meantime, we'll get the magnet. And we'll throw in another shield. Go ahead and go with electrocution. Alright, so we got this little power up there. The time power up, so that's not bad. Let's kill this guy. Okay, I'm telling you, this guy is nowhere near me and he's like hitting me. Alright, danger evolves. We're at level 3. We'll take out the mummies. Watch out for him. Perfect. Alright, we'll just carve our way through here. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and upgrade our pulsar. It should proc here in just a second. It's going about every maybe 5 seconds or so. Alright, so this next power up, what we're going to do is looking for some health. Let's wait for him to go away. And we'll just chill here. Alright, so this is going to restore our health all the way. Then every 5th pack from there is going to restore us to 100%. And also, we're going to get 100% or plus 100 to our max. Alright, so we're sitting okay now. We kind of let the early stages get away from us there. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and go with the EMP. And I'm just going to stay away from the big guy for now. We don't really have the damage output. Oh, there we go. Okay, that guy did not do as much damage as I hoped to him, but... Alright, let's just stay away from him and try to stay away from his slashing attack. There we go, we got him. Alright, we got some military training and have an SOS down here, so we'll go pick that up. And we'll finish off our energy shield. Let's do a little health regen. And we'll start upgrading our Tesla. So the Huntress has got no upgrades at the moment, no progression in her skill tree, so she's kind of very base right now. Same with the ninja there. Which can lend to some difficulty here, but if you were meant to, you know, finish everything right off the bat, then it wouldn't be much of a challenge. Alright, took a bit of damage, but we're okay. Alright, we're letting our electric do a little bit of work there. Okay, did not mean to let him hit me. Let's go ahead and go with this power up over here. Stone skin, that's a good one. And we'll go down for these health potions. Finish off our Tesla. Watch out for the spiders and the big worm. Make our way through here, and we'll head up to the cache. Alright, next option. We can either do the blaster or the laser. Laser's going to have more damage, but the cooldown's going to be probably about the same. Let's go ahead and go with the laser. I'm not sure we really had much of a chance to use it, so. Alright, we have our 3 members. Let's re-roll. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with the pick. Alright, we're still good. Still doing okay. Move away from the outer perimeter. And we'll kind of keep the big mummy at a distance. Alright, we got super speed and stone skin, so we have a little bit of durability. We'll throw in another katana. And we'll get that military training. Health is slowly ticking up thanks to that regen we did. So I think 3 every second or so. Alright, we'll continue to move through here. Maybe head back up. And then we have an SOS. Let's see how far along this big guy is. Maybe we can finish him off. Alright, I think we got him. Let's upgrade the laser. Do a little more damage. So we should have 2 things here. We got the survivor. And we're going to have this military training. So we have a legendary for the team. Movement speed, ability area. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the movement speed at this time. And we'll sneak in here and get the killing frenzy and stone skin. Oh, here we go. Glass of milk. Definitely not one of the best items, but as far as survivability goes, works really well. We'll finish off electrocution. Take out the mummies and the zombies and anything in between. And what's next? Werewolves? Am I right? Alright, let's continue to move on through. We'll get this XP. And we will finish off the laser. So especially if you want to do like an area attack, since, let's see, since our, not the Huntress, but since Ghost, he has like a kind of an area swipe. If you throw him some abilities, so he's able to sweep it on a larger arc, you know, that tends to be very beneficial. Alright, we're at 14 minutes, 14 and a half out of the allotted 20. Alright, so that shield's doing some good damage there. Especially when it procs, it kind of gives us that cover. Don't want to quite get the health kit yet. But we will move down to the, let's see, ADHD, I swear, military training. Alright, we'll move on to the grenade or turret. We'll go ahead and go with the turret. We do have, we're mainly doing electric and kinetic damage at this point. Alright, so he's doing his bleed damage with his katanas. Looks like he got frozen. Alright, what don't we need? Alright. I think what we will do is probably the electric personality. We might switch that out, find something that might be a little more beneficial. Let's do the... If we're able to reload a bit faster, that's always good. Just means more rounds downrange. Alright, throw out another electric turret. And then we'll get the... There we go. Alright, big guy's really trying to get us there. I don't know what he's doing. Alright, so the team, we can get a pickup range, ability critical chance, or weapon critical chance. So let's go with the... Let's go with the ability, and we'll put it on the Huntress. So once she's able to be doing more, get that damage in, then gotta watch out for his little AoE hit. And he just follows us, like he's not really doing anything. There we go, got him. Alright, let's see what we got. We'll finish off the electric turret. These guys out of our way, pick up this money, and we'll go for that military training down here. I will try and thin out the herds here just a bit. Collecting up this. And let's go ahead and go with the EMP. So if we run over the spider webs, it does slow us down a bit. So especially when these faster guys are after you, it's good to avoid those. Alright, taking them down. Almost. There he is. Now he's down. And let's see what we have here. We have the duct tape. So critical chance, 15% overall. That would probably be beneficial. Since we have got our HP up, I'm going to go ahead and switch out the medkit for the duct tape. So we should be seeing a few more critical hits proccing. Right, we'll do the EMP. We're at 17 minutes, 17 and a half. It's that last 2 minutes that tend to get real rough. Especially if you don't have a good, base build going. And by no means is what I've chosen. But very good. However, I just wanted to show off these two characters. Some of which synergize, some of which don't. However, we're holding our own, so that's okay. Alright, we got an SOS right by the big guy. What's he doing? He's just gonna throw a rock at us? Alright, we got him. And we'll go ahead and go with the shuriken. I believe he just tosses them out. A little more damage on those. We have this health kit. And we'll go for the... There we go. Killing Spree and Stone Skin. Alright, we got one more point to go and we'll be done with the shuriken. And this should help. Alright. So, shuriken. There we go. Now we just have to survive the last minute. So we're going to kind of be the test of the level. Go ahead and head down for this health. Don't necessarily need the box, but we can go for it. We'll just skip it for the money. Military training. Let's see. Weapon reduction, ability damage. We'll do some ability damage and give it to Ghost. Alright, they're trying to box me in. Don't want that. Alright, we'll get out of there. Head down. And get this health. And then move our way up to the military training. Actually, we're about done. We think we've made this. And we did it. Another round complete. With lots of money. Lots and lots of money. Alright, let's see. Gonna shoot up quite a few levels. 20. You got 18. That's not bad. Alright, so we'll go down to training. And we have a couple points for our general, our overall. SWAT. We'll throw his last point in. As for the tank, he's got 1 point remaining, so we'll go ahead and put it over here for the bomber badge. And I'll kind of showcase those off in the next video. Throw a point in plasma. That energy shield was quite nice. That did work out for us quite a bit. So, and we'll do the coverage badge. Looks like we have 3 points left. We'll throw it in his last weapon. Now the Huntress, explosive, so she can either do explosive damage or she can do the ice damage, which is good because then it kind of gives her more ability to synergize. But for now, I'm just going to pump her points into her base weapons. Ghost, same thing. We'll just do base weapons. All right, and that was level. That was the second level to yet another zombie survivor. If you like what you saw, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. If you can leave a comment telling me, you know, how I did, what you would change, what you'd like to see, that would be great. All right. Well, I hope you all have a good day. This is Rick, and I will see you next time. Bye.